Hello and welcome to another episode of Tribunal of the Grid, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
My name is Will.
And today we are excited to talk about Hasbro 1027.
Which we didn't even know was happening.
I had no idea. But that's not why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because we are really excited to talk about some things, and Lena's over here like she's like, oh my god, I want to talk about this. I'm like, girl, wait.
I'm sorry. Okay, you all want to hear something really funny? Y'all gonna laugh at me, okay? So I'm just gonna briefly say it. I won't say what it is, and then we'll get into it. So, like, for the longest time, I know we talked about it in our previous episode, but for the longest time, I didn't clue something in at all, until this particular post that we're about to talk about. That I was just like, oh my god, I just made that connection.
Wow. And I mean, we've been talking about it the whole time too.
Right.
It was like,
and I think, but you know what? This also goes back to like how visual I am as a person. Like, we could be talking about things and I can be like blue in the face and I won't get it. And in the moment you send me a visual, I'm like, oh, got it. And I think that's pretty much what happened to me. Like, you're all talking about it. I registered it. I remember talking about it because I remember, obviously when I was editing, I was like, I obviously said a thing or two about it, but it just never clued in until this very moment.
And when I shared it in the chat, and you said something kind of shady, like I don't care or something.
Oh no, I was talking about.
Oh, it's whatever.
I think you know what it was. I think you sent me. I saw the photo of Johnny, Kat, and Aisha.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I saw that, I was like, oh, whatever. I think the reason why I said it was whatever was because like I was so disappointed by the fact that there's so much things being released already. And and I was just like, remember how I was going back to like our previous episode where I was like, where's the surprise? Like, you know, back in the day that like everyone kept like a hush, a very hushed lip, you know, like it like made everyone want to tune in because they knew it was gonna be a big production, like it was gonna be humongous, like Forever Red. No one thought that all the Red Rangers were gonna come back. Like that was never like that was not a thing, you know, you just didn't know about it, right? And like even like Once the Ranger, like no one knew that all these beautiful people were gonna come back. So I guess like now that it's bought over by Hasbro, I was just hoping that for 30th, like this is our year 30, like holy moly, you know, like that this show's been around longer than most people have been married for. So it's just like for year 30.
Wow. I mean, she's not wrong though.
So all I'm trying to say ultimately is like for year 30, you figure it'll do something more grand and like keep even a husher, like, you know, like tight lid on things, you know, like not here with Steve Cardenas. Oh yeah, I'll be New Zealand Power Ranger.
I was just thinking about that.
You know, here's Kat with my Hunter Dino's like hoodie thing, you know, like I guess when I saw all of that, I'm just so disappointed because like that's great that you're there. But are you actually gonna get a speaking role? Are you all gonna actually recognize each other as friends? Like, are we gonna get more from you guys this time around? Or is it just another free vacation for you guys? Because I'm not gonna lie, I understand Catherine taking it more than once because hey, go out to New Zealand, enjoy some scenery, like why not? You know? But ultimately, it's just like I want more, and I want it to be genuinely like jaw dropping, like kind of like that scene that we talked about last episode where we saw Commander Shaw and then it pan over to the Rangers, and even though it was just the suit, it did everything for us. It was just like, holy shit. I didn't realize how much I could love Power Rangers in that very moment. And until that very moment came and it hit me, and I was like, holy shit, that's what I've been waiting for. All of this 30-year whole like thing. That's the moment I've been waiting for ever since like RPM. Like that's the moment I've been waiting for, and that hit me so deeply that I'm actually tearing up as I'm talking about it right now. But like, yeah. So I was just hoping that this episode that they're about to release, or hopefully it's a 2-parter, hopefully it's a 3-parter, it would be so much more
Oh my
grand.
gosh.
And it's not, because I feel like they're already releasing so much that I'm like, maybe it will be grand, and maybe I'm wrong, right? But I guess I was just really hoping to be genuinely surprised by who would be there, who would not be there.
That's
I feel
fair.
you.
That's fair. When I saw it, I was just I think I was scrolling. Where did I see it? It was either Twitter or was No Pink Spandex. And then I went and found out what the event was, which once again, I had no idea there was even an event that day. And then I watched it and I got to see the announcement. And that was just wow, because I didn't like to see Karen and Johnny. Like I was not expecting that at all. So that was like wow. And I mean I guess we might as well get into it.
I mean, since we're now talking about it, because I mean, I was gonna go ahead and just like, wait, but never mind.
Because we're too excited
We
for
might
it.
as well just go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah,
We're too
like
excited.
This is the
what
first thing. This is the first topic.
yeah, this is like basically what I have been like begging for if you've been listening to us, I've been begging for this for months. Just some sort of transparency, some news, some stuff to get excited for. And this is it, finally. But during the little segment where they made the announcement, they of course gave everyone announcements actor by actor. And we already know about Walter and David, but then we got Steve Cardenas, which we knew about, Catherine Sutherland, which we knew about, then Karen Ashley and Johnny Young Bosch, and then we got the picture of them along with Charlie, who is playing Min, who is Trini's daughter, and they're all together with a tall alpha. We don't know which alpha it is. And this is our cast for the 30th
Holy moly, that is a
special.
tall alpha. I never took that in. That is a tall alpha. Holy
Taller
moly.
than Karen.
Taller than
Alpha has been
Karen.
eating his Wheaties, honey. Alpha said, "Listen, I was a young robot all these years, but now, oh, y'all gonna see a bitch grow today." And that's exactly what happened.
To be fair, and I think people are forgetting about this, Alpha 6 was tall in Overdrive. Tallish. Taller than they usually.
I mean, kinda, but also like Alpha 6 also was like nobody else was really all that short except for Rose. And Alpha 6 wasn't taller than Rose. I think they were like the same height.
Mm-hmm.
So Alpha 6 could kind of still be, I guess that was like the beginning of the growth spurt, maybe, that's when he started like oiling his joints, you know what I'm saying? And he changed the formula.
This is interesting if it is still Alpha 6, because like wow, at Alpha 6 and Adam just being together for 15 years. That's interesting.
It would make sense though.
Oh
yeah.
Okay, like I also have like a question for y'all. Like, and I mean that sincerely, because I actually don't know. Did David not like the production of Power Rangers? Or was it just the previous crew that he was working with? Because I remember him like not having great, like he left on not so great terms.
On horrible terms.
Yeah, so I'm kind of surprised he's back. So like again, like I'm not like don't like I'm just saying like don't come at me, guys. I genuinely don't know. Like I'm just surprised he's there.
It was but he left on bad terms. I still remember when that whole interview came out. I was at Morphicon 2 when it came out, and everybody was talking about it. But yeah, he left on really sour terms. He was harassed on set by like crew and producers. Um, in recent years, like since he's been back on the convention circuit, like it took a while for him to do Morphicon. But like as far as coming back, I would assume since it's new people running things that it's a safer, like a safer feeling. And also he's more grown up now, so he's been able to come to terms with things. So that's what I'm assuming. But
And also too, sorry to cut you off.
yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, but also too, like we're also talking about a production group that I can honestly say that looking at this group in New Zealand, first of all, they're New Zealand. Like New Zealand, people across the pond are different. Like I've really just come to just learn that people across the way, a lot of them have like a culture, an inviting culture and I'm not saying everybody. I'm not saying everybody because homophobia and LGBTQIA plus, all the letters. That phobia does exist all around the world, but
Yeah.
there are places where that culture of just acceptance just run through everything, and I do get that a lot through the production of the crew now. So it does feel like the crew is a lot more safer because if it wasn't, we would not have an Izzy. Just
Right.
point blank, period. We wouldn't have Izzy if we didn't. So I think that I think that was probably that could have been probably one of the terms. I know if at least if I was David, that would have been one of my terms and conditions. Like I'm not coming back to another toxic environment. Period. Like y'all better be LGBTQIA plus friendly because if you're not, you ain't getting Billy back. Period. And so it is what it is. But like that was pretty much the reason that David Yost gave. Like Will hit the nail on the head. Like it was just basically the production staff and people in production was several people in production. He never named names, even though one person got up and started beating his chest about how much David is a liar and how David was difficult, talking cash money shit, honey. But we ain't gonna get into that, honey.
Here anymore?
Okay. He is not. He is not. He is not here. And they always say, don't talk ill about the dead child. That's what they say. That's what they say. But child, I'ma talk. No, I ain't gonna talk. I promise. But no, for real, like, this person isn't here anymore. But that person did have a lot to say about Mr. Yost. And he had a lot to say about how much he thought that David was a liar. So, but yeah, that was pretty much the gist of it. Nah. That's not funny. Moving on. But yes. Ooh, child, please cut that out because that's not good. But yeah. What was I going to say? But yeah. So, like I said, David probably would have probably made that arrangement beforehand. But yeah, that was his reason for leaving. Just to answer your question. But yeah, so the cast. So are we excited about it? Like,
oh my God.
What do we think about the group? Like,
okay, so to circle back what I was talking about earlier, when I was like, I didn't make the connection. That connection was I knew there was a new character in the show, but at the time, I didn't understand, like, my mind. I'm not gonna lie. I do think my sister has been saying this to me a lot recently, and I do think like I'm like high key dyslexic or something like that, but it's never been tested, right? what I'm trying to get at is I'm super slow sometimes. So when we're all talking about it, I was like having full on conversation about it with y'all. I'm just like going, but it's new character. I'm like, cool, new character. Like, I love this for us, whatever. And then Will send us this photo where it revealed the entire cast. And I'm like, who's this girl? And everyone's like, she's Charlie. It's Charlie. I'm like, right. I remember hearing that name when we did the podcast episode. Of course, I looked it up and I was like, Charlie is Tweet's or Tweeny's daughter? What? Oh, that's cool. What? I know.
Wow.
Like it took me so long. And then it's funny because like the moment I finally made that connection, the whole previous episodes all made sense to me.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my God. It all made sense to me. And then, but of course, like my only thing was like, I'm curious about her ethnicity, like that, because that's a very interesting name. Like that's not a typical, like, I'm not saying there's got to be a typical Asian name, but
I'm about to say, Lena, that's racist.
yeah, no. What I was gonna say is like, well, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think my instinct was not wrong. Turns out she was adopted, actually. So,
Oh.
yeah. So that's why her name is very. I'm not gonna. I will sound it. I will say it. It sounds very white. I was wondering why her name sounded so white.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the character. You're talking about the actor.
No,
Okay.
the actor.
Wait,
'Cause,
but
sorry.
sometimes don't people Asian Americans don't they just change their name to like kind of acclimate
Um,
into American society sometimes?
like
Yeah, to
yes,
assimilate.
yes.
Assimilate.
So yes and no. So like it's the same thing with Canadians too, but it depends on the generation of course, like when you were born into, right? Because if you're like my parents, first generation, you ain't gonna get it, like you ain't gonna get an English name. Like I'll be honest, my real name isn't actually Lena, but no one can
Mhm.
ever say my real name, so I don't actually tell people my real name anymore. And I started doing this since high school. So like it wasn't like I always went by Lena. Um like real quick short story and then we'll circle back to this topic. Like when I was in school in first grade, we had moved around a lot by this point. So when I finally got to first grade, I made up in my tiny little mind that I'm not gonna make friends, I'm not gonna be chatty, I'm not gonna like, do this because every time I get attached, I get pulled away, right?
Mm.
Right.
So all of first
But
grade,
also fuck them kids.
right? Exactly, right? Like now that I know.
Period.
Period, right? But this time it's actually the teachers, okay? It's the teachers. So get this, okay?
Fuck them
So
too. But go ahead.
so I was a mute. Like I did not, like I don't, no one would believe me if I ever tell you this, but I was a mute. I did not speak a single word. I did not say a single word. I
No.
refused to speak. Oh yeah, like it was bad. It got to a point where, okay, I don't know where this even came from, to be completely honest with you guys, because the the attendance, the school records, and everything has my real name. Okay, so take that in.
Mm.
Everything has my real name. The only thing is that I never said my real name because I didn't want to talk. Tell me how they decided to give me an English name instead of like trying to like say my name or ask or try to find out how to say my name. They decided to give me an English name altogether. Okay, they called
Ew.
me
Wow.
Rosanna.
Oh,
Yep.
ew.
Yep. Right. An old lady's name too, let alone like, so they call me
They might as
Rosanna.
well should have called you Agatha.
Right.
Child.
Right. So I remember they're like, no, honey, your name is Rosanna. And I remember like looking at them, shaking my head and writing down my real name. And I wrote it down. And they looked at me like, no, Rosanna. This is how you spell it. Girl, I knew how to spell my name because I spelled my name, right? Like I spelled my real name. And
Oh.
they just, no one. So the teacher told everyone to call me Rosanna. And somehow they tried to give me a whole identity as Rosanna.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hold on. So pause. I know you telling your story, Carla. I know you
No,
telling
no,
your
no,
story.
no.
Let's talk about this because I don't like that. Me
No,
no
right?
likey. I
Right.
don't like that.
Right.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
because that really to me that really grinds my gears because first
Exactly.
of all, don't try to change somebody's name just because you're too lazy and too ignorant to try
Mm-hmm.
to sound it out and to try to say their
Exactly.
name.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
is so highly disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they did that to you as a kid
Mm-hmm.
is like it's not even borderline. It's straight up bullying because it's like you are clearly defenseless because you're a child. Obviously, you're not wanting to talk because you're uncomfortable. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh no, we're going to do this to you because you can't stand up for yourself. That's some fuck shit. And
Right?
I'm kind of angry right now. I'm
Oh,
not
oh
even
no.
gonna
Oh no,
lie
believe
to
me.
you.
Believe me,
I'm
like
kind
so
of angry.
oh no, I'm with you. And that's why like so kind of circling back to Charlie's name. That's why when I saw Charlie's name, I was kind of surprised. Because like usually again, like kind of what I know what Will is saying, and I get that, but I find that usually first generation, they don't give their children like very westernized or English or easy to pronounce names, right? It's usually very unique. And I'm very proud of my name. I there's nothing wrong with it. It's just Lena's a lot easier. And obviously, I'll be honest, when you hear people butcher up your name so much and it's such a beautiful name that you just rather go with any name that you figure it should be easy enough. But even then, with Lena, I get Leanne, I get Lena, I've been called Miley and Lily for like 8 years of my life because for some strange reason they never got Lena right. And I just started answering to Miley and Lily. And I'm like, wait, how did I become characters of Hannah Montana? Like, okay.
Wow.
Like, so you'd be surprised even with Lena, but I don't feel bad with Lena because I'm like, well, it's not even my real name. So it's not like, not that I don't identify as a Lena now because she's definitely a whole person in herself. But like, because it's just Lena, at least they're messing up with other names that are also like nice. So I'm like, it's fine. But with my real name, they just butcher up so bad that it hurts my ears. So then I don't want to tell them because it's almost like they're taking small fragments of my name away when they butcher it up.
No, I understand. And but see, like also too, I will impart this little piece of gem because I used to be that same exact way with my middle name. And that's why I always said it the quote unquote proper way. And you might
Mm-hmm.
even say that like I don't even spell it correctly on purpose. So that people can actually pronounce it the quote unquote proper way when they read it. But that
Ah,
is not that is not my parent given name. So my actual name is Brandon Demone.
Demone.
Because
Yeah, I
mhm.
think you told me that yourself in real life.
I
Like
didn't know that.
Demone, yeah. That was
Yeah,
actually beautiful.
it's Brandon Demone. But people every time I would write it, people would always fuck it up every single time. And it got so stressful because I wanted to use that because I never wanted to use my actual last name because my last name has some some ties to it that I don't really want to deal with, because and it's a long story in itself, but it does date back to slavery, and it's a long story in itself. But I might talk about it another time on the show. But it dates back to that. So I'm like, I don't want to use that name. But um, me being an entertainer, I was like, you know what? Let me use my first and middle. Well, I started shopping it around, and I remember I went to three different agencies for three different auditions. And no, actually, it was two different agencies, and it was one regular audition. And all of them every single time had the hardest time butchering my middle name every single
Did they
time.
call you Damen or Damon?
I've been called Damon, Demon. It was
Demon.
Demon?
Demon. Yes.
What? Where did you get
Yeah.
demon from? What?
I have no idea, but I've been called so many things, and I'm just like, if I just take the little mark off the E, I wonder what would happen. And so I did. I took the swat off the E, and just left it as Damone. And people were like, "Oh, Brandon Damone, right? That's your name?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's Damone." And it's like, "Oh, okay, cool." So,
That's
and also too, people still get that wrong. Don't get me wrong. People will still get that wrong because they will still call me Damon in a heartbeat. But
yeah, because the moment you said that Demone, I was like, wait, where's the little slant on the E?
I write it like that on purpose because people used to always get it wrong. But now, like, I'm like, you know what? Screw that. Like, I'm not doing that. I just haven't changed it on Instagram yet
Yeah.
because I'm lazy.
No,
But
no,
yeah, I'm just lazy. But honestly, like that's why for years I've always written it like that because people constantly butchered it over and over and over and over and over. So I'm just like, well, bump it. Like I'm just gonna call myself Brandon Damone. But like I actually got encouragement from, from another actor being like, no, like your name is your name. Like if people can say some of these white actors' names that are so complicated, like Mila Jovovich, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
if people can say that easily, why can't they say Brandon Damone?
Oh no, straight up.
And I'm like, oh, girl, you spitting. And she was like,
Yes.
yeah, people will say the names that they want to say.
It's so true.
Yep,
It's
yep.
so
They
freaking
will
true.
learn to say your name if they want to say it.
Yep. Yep. I'm
So
with you.
I'm like, mm-mm.
Yep, I'm with you.
Yeah.
100%. Like, 100%. But like, so yeah, so the reason why Charlie's name was so interesting to me was because I had two thoughts. I was like, is this a stage name? And if this is her stage name, what's her real name? Like, so I had many questions, obviously. Like, so, and then if this is really her real name, what's her story? Because I'm not saying like, oh, like Asian families can't give your daughter like a white westernized modern whatever name. I'm not saying that's not the case because like heck, my sister's name is literally Nancy. Like it's the whitest name fucking possible.
I love it.
So you know
I
what I mean?
love it.
So I'm not saying like an Asian family, and then this is my mom's first generation. Like, sorry, like she's not first generation, but like she's like straight up like a first like she came from like Vietnam, like so she doesn't know a word of English. Somehow my sister got an English name. And we all used to wonder that growing up. We're like, how the fuck did Nancy get like the most whitest name possible while we all had like Vietnamese names? Like, what the heck? And obviously growing up, we used to be very jealous of her name because everyone always bush up our names, and then no one s up her name because it's Nancy. It's
right.
If you mess up Nancy, like you obviously need help, like it's just no way you're messing up Nancy. So so that's kind of why I was like, so I'm not saying it's not impossible, but I was just genuinely curious because I find names nowadays, it's a whole identity. Like it really speaks to who you are, what your story is, where you come from, how it came to be, and why this name. So when I saw her name, I definitely had all those questions. And then when I saw her look, I'm like, oh, okay. She's supposed to be Trini's daughter. So I was like, oh, I wonder if she's Vietnamese. Cause like she didn't really look Vietnamese. Not that I'm saying there's a look to it, but when I saw her more as a Chinese Asian, right? And I was like, oh, she looks more Chinese. Like, I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, right? So then of course, luckily she did have her IMBD, I think, on there, and I clicked on it, and turns out she is actually Vietnamese, except she's from the north, not the south, and she's actually adopted. And I was like, oh, so that's her story behind her name. She was adopted.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting because, like if she was adopted, from there, and then so that's pretty interesting because also, as we know, Twee, came over
From
with
Vietnam.
her family from
Yeah.
Vietnam. So that's wow.
And see, that's what got
beautiful.
me really. So now I'm very excited for her. I'm excited for her to make her big debut debut, and I'm excited. And the fact that she's like so sweet in real life, like everything she does, I'm like, holy moly! Like she's literally living, breathing. She was meant for this role.
Y'all, okay, so I'm so glad you said that because I posted that reel that she posted, and just by that alone, I'm like, oh, she's the real deal. Because Homegirl literally was twirling a bow staff, threw that hoe in there, did a whole frontwards, like, a whole frontward, front flip, grabs it and gives us a Kia and holds it down. First of all, this girl's a fucking ninja. Like, let's be very clear. Homegirl is a ninja. Like, when I say I can't wait to see this girl, like, I've been watching. Okay, so first of all, this is gonna sound really strange, but I do not want nobody to judge me. I have been going through all of those videos of her like doing stunts and stuff because I remember I want to say Listen Anyway actually posted a bunch of reels of her fighting, and I'm just like, holy crap! Like this girl is she's freaking phenomenal. Like Homegirl is just wow. Like if they actually let her do all of her stunts, like
Yeah.
like if they let her do all of her stunts, do y'all not understand? Like this is the type of things that the girls and the babies and the daughters want to see, because we have all been ranting about, oh, we want to see the actors do their own stunts, and we want to see this, we want to see that. Homegirl is literally the epitome of that. Like, and especially if she's a good actress too, oh my god. I can't wait for this 30th. Like, what do y'all think? Are y'all excited for her? Like, what she's gonna do? Like, what are y'all opinions on her?
So excited.
As in the character.
So excited. I cannot wait to see how Trini brings his daughter into this world. What happened to her father? I want to know. What happened to the mother? Obviously, because we don't know what happened to Trini. We know she went to the Peace Corps and that was it, right? We don't actually know what happened to Trini. I would love a storyline on that on their end, and I would love to see how the team accepts her, and oh my god, this would have been a perfect moment for Nikita to come back. I would love to see her reaction to this new Ranger. I roll another
You
kid.
talking about? You mean Karen?
No, I'm saying like this would have been a great time if Nikita came back.
Oh yes. You mean to Power Rangers?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because you know how like Nikki is known for her eye roll when Justin joined the team.
Yes.
I would love some sass. You know what I mean? Like I would love to see what her reaction would be to Charlie's character. Like I think that would be so cute. Like it obviously doesn't have to be like nasty or nothing like that, but just like what Nikita character would react to. I think that would be fun to see. It made me thought of that because she is young. Like
Yeah.
she is young, so I would love to see Nikki be like, this young girl, what is she gonna bring? Like, I don't know, something saucy. Like, what would she bring to the team? Attitude or whatever. That would have been. But yeah, no. Overall, I'm very excited for her. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what the character is all about, what her storyline might be, and where her storyline may go. May go. Oh my god! What if she ends up joining the Fury cast?
That would be really cool.
That would be cool. That would actually be kind of fire.
No, that's the 7th ring. Oh,
that would be fire.
God. Sorry, just a random thought. But yes, Will, your turn. Your thoughts. Your turn.
Wow, to see that she's actually a martial artist and to see some of the things that she can do, that was really cool. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how they use her and what they allow her to do. Um, yeah. So that and I would love. This might be too much to ask for, but I would love to know what happened to Trini. It may be too much to ask for just as far as what we've gotten in the past, but things have seemed to change. So if it is a situation where Trini also died, then maybe they would, talk about it. Um, but I think that this is really cool, and it's like the closest that we can get to Trini coming back to the show. And it's a long time coming, and I feel like this is probably one of the best circumstances as far as folks running the show to actually give us something potentially good, hopefully. But I'm really really excited to see it.
For me, I will say this. When it comes down to, I know you said, Lena, you were saying that, you wanted to see what happened to her dad or whomever. You know, I would have loved if there was a picture, a digital picture or whatever, but I would have loved to have seen them kind of like recreate and, kind of distort, I don't know, do something, but get a picture of both Twee and Marcio, the guy who played Richie, and put them together, because that would have been the cutest thing ever to have Trini and Richie finally actually get together and they had a kid. Like that would be like the perfect canon in my head, because like, you know, they kind of brought it up in a sense where it was like, oh yeah, they're kind of a thing, blah 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 blah. But nothing ever happened because, and I actually went back and looked at a couple of those episodes, and Richie was just like baiting old girl. I mean, he just kept every 5 minutes he'll walk by looking all sexy, and she just be like, "Hey Richie, you want to join us?" And he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I got something to do, but I'll catch you later." And she's like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Don't do that. Like, this is no. Like, Richie, stop whatever the fuck you're doing and go ahead and join her at this picnic and stop playing. Because you wanna chill with her. You know you want to talk to her. So go ahead and talk. Like, why you playing?" But it just I'm just saying I would have loved if those two got together. You know, that's just me. Um, but I don't know. Like, I'm just really just, I don't know. I'm just really into this. Like, I just really like it. I'm just really, but my thing is also too, are they going to do a little, because are they going to do a little piece of situation where like she only has the Yellow Ranger powers, or is it going to be something different? Because what would be cool is if like everybody kind of like just like give like just, I don't know, like if she like gets a brand new suit or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like that would be kind of cool. But I'm just saying, I just think that'd be dope. But looking at this picture though, so let's get into it, right? So we kind of talked about Alpha, we talked about how Alpha all of a sudden grew some length. Alpha became erect.
Well,
Um,
no, Alpha got knee surgery, guys. Okay, like give the boy a break. He got knee surgery.
or he's wearing those sneakers that lift you up, those lifters
Oh,
or
those
whatever.
platforms.
Yeah, like Alpha got
Listen.
some new shoes, or something. I don't know, but but yeah, um, But yeah, I'm thinking because looking at this background, right? Looking at the background of the picture, it looks like this is a brand new command center. Because behind Adam, there's a what looks like a viewing globe. Now, is it me? Or does that look like that?
It does.
It
It
looks
does
like
look
a viewing globe to me. You said it doesn't?
it does look like it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it does. Like it looks like a viewing globe. And then behind who is that? Steve, there's like the little pole thing that was always in the command center that had the little Christmas lights around it. The little
Mhm.
glow sticks. It has those lights on it. So like you have that there. And then you have like the little space looking thing on the wall that kind of gives you the Christmas lights that that used to be on the curtains. You know what I'm saying? So, it's given an updated version of the command center. So, I'm just really excited about, what that's going to be given. Are y'all like, do y'all think like, how do y'all like what we see so far? Like, do y'all like the new update? I can't talk. Do y'all like the new updated command center,
Yo, I have a
or
question.
or no?
Where did the
I
new
have to see
command center
more.
is on RAFCON?
Ooh,
Wait,
Like
there's nothing on ref. Well, I
what?
actually have no
We
idea.
ain't got there
we don't
yet.
Right. Yeah,
know.
I have no
We don't
idea.
know. I'm just
Um,
I don't know. I
but
haven't got to where you guys are, but I'm throwing out ideas. But I like it
I'm
so
not
far.
that far. Well, actually, I am far, but I haven't watched the end yet. But I have to see more of the set. I'm thinking, well, we're going to get more into it now. I didn't realize what Adam was wearing or what Karen was wearing until I heard people talk about it.
Is it Star
So
Trek?
yeah, it's some sort of a uniform, and of course, people zoomed in, and Johnny's badge. People thought it said, or Adam's badge. They thought it said SPD. Apparently, it says SPA, which Johnny confirmed on Facebook. Um, so that it looks like Adam and Aisha work for some sort of an organization,
A
which
cult?
I'm
A
assuming,
cult? I'm
which
kidding.
I'm, which I'm assuming is affiliated with SPD. But think I'm thinking that it's not exactly the same thing because, especially because of the whole not wanting to glorify cops thing that they're doing.
Well,
So that'll be.
apparently, some people have been, there's a conversation going around. There's a conversation. Some people have been saying that, um, some people have been saying that um, that um, the A stands for Alpha, like Space Patrol Delta, Space Patrol Alpha. But then some people are also saying that they think that the A stands for Academy because there is a such thing as Space Patrol
Mm.
Academy. So people are thinking that they are a part of the Academy. Now, it
Mm.
would make sense, it would make sense for them to call it, Academy, because as we already know, we're not dealing with the coppers here. We're not dealing with the po-po, we're not dealing with them. But it's very interesting that they decided to go ahead and make um Adam and Aisha members of the Academy. So my thing is, I'm like, are they supposed to be training her?
Mm. Wow.
In the ways of being a ranger, because I mean, homegirl, everybody else was wearing, you know what I'm saying, their range of colors and their, communicators, shining all bright, looking like they just came out the pack, honey. And, wearing the range of colors,
Because
everything's looking all nice.
that's where
And
they came, especially out of the pack. The garbage hasn't been taken out yet.
Okay, listen. And child, homegirl still got on her big t-shirt and her leggings, like
she's working
like
out
she
or
was
something. Yeah.
okay, like she was at the gym, honey.
Right.
So
Wow.
I'm just saying she might be training under the academy. So
I noticed something else. Johnny and Walter have facial hair.
They do.
I noticed that from the jump. I was like, yo, facial hair? That's
They
allowed?
didn't have to shave. This is so. Oh man, this is a long time coming because adults shouldn't have to shave.
Wow.
And it makes them look older sometimes than when they have facial hair or when they. Sorry. Then when they shave. Oh my god, I can't speak. When they shave,
Words are
sometimes it
hard.
makes them look.
I said words are hard.
I know, yeah. Sometimes when folks shave, they look older than when they just keep the facial hair. So what a coincidence too. JDF isn't here, and that was one of his gripes. I don't have to shave.
That was one of his gripes.
You know what's funny? What if they did that to shade him?
That's hilarious.
And you know what? I would laugh. I would laugh if that's the case. I would.
I noticed two other things. For David, it looks like they gave him a hairpiece.
Okay, I noticed that. That is fake. Okay, good. I noticed that.
Sorry, that's not funny. That's not funny.
Why? David looks good.
David looks good and David has hair. That's why it confused me.
That just made me laugh. I'm sorry. I just
And Aisha has her iconic braids, and something that I thought this shows like hair, black hair in the workplace, and she has braids. Like that's a statement.
And then don't get me started on the hair, because baby, she is serving us Princess Leia, honey. First of all, let's get into it, because I have been wanting to talk about this for so long. I am just so gagged at the way they styled her hair. I'm like, y'all had better stop playing with me, huh?
She probably styled it herself.
She probably did. And you know what? That is okay, because they said you can keep it that way, girl. You can keep it that way. And I'm living for it. Now, hold on. What if, right? What if they did style it? Because maybe she tried to do the little piece of ponytail, half up, half down, like she did back in the 90s. And they were like, "Oh no, girl, we gotta upgrade you, girl. We gotta upgrade you, because now you a part of SPA, honey. And the little half up, half down ain't gonna be it no more, girl. So we gotta upgrade you." So they went ahead and gave her a little piece of old nasty Princess Leia. And girl, I am living for it. I am loving it.
Cute. That was cute. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, what's going on with her head? Like what? Like it just, I think what it is also the color schemes. Like it was just sort of,
it's hard to see.
It's yeah, like I don't know what it was. At first I was like, oh, what's that? Right. But then I think it could also be the outfit too. That really, outfit and hair is a big thing. But then I looked at it again, I'm like, oh, it's her signature look. Upgraded. Got it. And then I was like, it's still the outfit though. It's just throwing me off.
I don't really care for the uniform. Not gonna hold you. I don't like it. I don't like the uniform at all. I don't know, like for me, and I'm just only looking at Johnny because I can't really see Aisha. Well, I can't really see Karen, but I am not feeling the puffy shoulders. Like it's the shoulders for me. Like I don't like it. I'm not feeling it. And then like what is with the little like the finger, like the sleeve going through the finger? Like
That's interesting. Yeah.
I'm not feeling that. I don't like it. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not feeling it. Um yeah, like I'm just yeah, that's just not for me. Not feeling it. But other than that though, and also too, first of all, I gotta ask because since we doing this, since we're here, I just gotta know: is it hot or is it cold? Okay, because we got two different temperatures of dress going on over here. Because first of all, you got Billy and Zach. You know what I'm saying? Wearing short sleeve shirts. You feel me? And then you got my girl over here. You got men over here in a whole sweater. Because it's sweater weather. Because she got on a whole sweater. She got a whole sweater weather. And then you got Cat over here with not only long sleeves, but she got on a bubble vest, girl. I'm just like, what is happening? Are y'all hot? Are you cold? Like what is going on?
Steve got like a whole jacket on too.
Right. And that shit looks thick as fuck.
It's possible. It's possible that they were teleported from different places.
So half of them were teleported from cold climates. Got it. Okay, bet. Understood. Like I'm so confused.
Okay. I actually can see where Will has come from because they do look like, oh, I know, Brendan. I got it. Catherine and Rocky came from Dimension in Disaster or Danger, whatever it's called.
Yes.
So through that teleport.
Come on, Dimensions in Disaster.
So they teleported, and when they were teleported, it was cold. So they're like, we gotta dress up for this. Cause I'm not gonna lie, they look cool in that episode. Like I'm like, man, this whole freezing in place and like going through teleport, big holes or whatever they're called. They look cool, but they do look like they could have came from the same the same like time zone. Where, I think with I agree with you. Where it's her name Min. I think I think she was just working out. I don't think she came from where they came from. I genuinely think she was just like, I need to lose weight. I need to work this out. So I need to wear a sweater, sweat it out. Like that's what I really think happened. And then I think Billy and Zach, they were probably just on a date. They're on a good old date somewhere. And they got teleported there. They look like they're ready.
Listen.
They're ready for the roast or something, like, like on The Bachelor.
Something, because I'm just like they both look like they came from like, I don't know, like somebody's warm climate. Like they was having a nice night. You know what I'm saying? And the breeze was giving a real spring summer. And you know what I'm saying? And the rest of them look like they coming from goddamn New York in the fall. I'm just so confused. Like, what is happening?
Oh my God.
Like, that was the first thing that threw me off. As soon as I saw that picture, I was like, what is happening? What are you wearing?
It's funny you said that, because when I first saw the picture, I just thought they were just taking a photo, like on-set photo. Like they're, like some people were in costume, some people were just regular. I thought they were taking like, one of those like, let's just get together for a quick photo attitude. Not, you know what? It'd be funny though, Brendan, if none of these costumes other than Aisha and Adams are actually part of the show. Everyone else is just, it just so happens that that's what they were wearing that day.
No, they definitely are wearing this, because I would never see I could never see Catherine Sutherland wearing that big ass bubble vest. Like Catherine is way too chic for that. Like she's too
True.
chic. She's
Actually,
too chic for
true. You're
that.
right. You're right. You're right.
Like,
Hey,
remember, this is the Visco girl. This is the original Visco girl.
that's
Like, she
true.
would
I
never.
forgot. I
She
forgot.
would never.
Okay, so I need to ask, like, did Min sweater come from like Roxy or whatever? Because it looked like she stole it right at one of the surf places.
I'm telling you, yes, either that or like somebody's Forever 21. Like, it's giving real, like, I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, what is happening?
I don't know. There's just so much. And then Alpha, like I like Alpha, like you need to tell me how you grew. I need some heights. Like, I need to know your secret, Alpha. Like all these years later, please tell me your secrets. Let me know how you
Okay.
grew. Like he's almost as tall as Adam, and Adam's taller than the rest of the crew.
Right. And Alpha is like, hey girl. So I am now, your height. Hi there. Like that's what it's given. Like child, they got to say this in the show. Like they actually have to like say, wait, Alpha, you got kind of tall there. Last time I remember you was kind of short.
I
What's going
swear, if
on?
they don't bring that, no, because remember, Alpha was in pieces the last time we saw him in a box somewhere in Angel Grove.
True.
He was taken out of the box and reactivated.
When?
Yeah. Well, in Overdrive.
Overdrive. Remember, he became Adam's like assistant.
But I remember now. Well, you know what? Mr. whatever his name is, he did him dirty. He put him back in the box, and now there's an extra piece and they don't know what to do with it. So they had it on him.
Wow.
That's how he grew an extra like foot. There was an extra piece in the box, and it probably belonged to good old Mac there. But they're like, I don't know where this came from. But I guess it was Alpha's.
Oh my goodness. Well, look, I just look how tall he is in Overdrive. I just sent it to you.
Oh my god, he's almost as tall as Adam.
So maybe it is.
Oh,
Maybe he did grow in Overdrive.
How do we not?
Now, first of all, hold on, pause, because now I got to look at these pictures side by side. I got to look at them side by side now.
They are like, why do they look like this? Okay, he looks like the same height. What the shit?
And also, you say what?
It looks like he has Alpha 5's body, like the design. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it looks like Turbo Movie, Turbo era design. Because I'm not gonna hold you, this Alpha suit definitely looked like it probably came from like the show, like the early like 90s show. I don't think they rebuilt that. Because it just looks way too accurate, unless they did rebuild it, but rebuild it based off of that design. But also this Alpha in Overdrive is wearing a whole crop top, so this baby was definitely ready for summer. And Adam woke this baby up, and this baby was like, "Are we going to the beach?" No, and Adam was like, "No, we are not. We're going to go help the Rangers." And Alpha was like, "Fuck, okay, what I got to do?" So you know what I'm saying. But this Alpha over here in the 30th anniversary, Henny, like this Alpha actually, body, like, form wise, the suit is giving what it's supposed to give, but it's the helmet though. Did y'all catch the helmet? Like, why his visor so wide? Y'all caught this shit? Alpha's visor is wide. Like, wide.
Oh, okay.
Like,
That's interesting.
It's obscenely wide. I'm like, why does it look like that? Wow. And it's the 90s Alpha too. Like that suit is definitely like
Right.
Mighty Morphin.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Like that is definitely probably Alpha 5.
So now that's making me wonder, like, is this Alpha, did Alpha 5 survive, back in Turbo? Is this Alpha 6? Is this Alpha 7? Is this another Alpha?
Wait a minute. That would answer the question. Did Alpha survive? Because that's what we've been saying the whole time. We've been saying that Alpha was dead. Child, Alpha was in pieces somewhere on Eltar. But that's not funny. But maybe Alpha might have survived. Maybe Alpha survived, y'all. Alpha said, "Bitch, I made it." You know what I'm saying? I might have had a broken legs, and that's why they replaced them with these big legs right here and made me 5'10". You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like I was rebuilt, honey, but I'm here. I survived, honey. I made it. So maybe that's what happened. I don't know. But y'all, like, I am here for it, honey. Like, I'm here for it. I like it. Like, and Alpha look like, listen, Alpha ain't short and ain't stout. You know what I'm saying? Alpha look like got a little piece of body, like he done worked out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's given. Like, listen, I'm ready to see if Alpha sit there and train that girl how to fight, like the Alpha did in the movie, I'm a gag. Because Alpha looked like he can throw hands. The 30th anniversary Alpha looked like he can fight. I'm just saying, like, if that motherfucker turned into a cannon that the Rangers can use, I'm just saying, because that mother like he can fight. That's all I'm gonna say. Like he just like he can fight. But also, hold on. Wait, hold on, pause. Y'all, look at the top of the little space thing where they're standing. Those comets, don't those comets look like they have Ranger colors? Because the one behind Adam is yellow, the one behind Billy and Zach is red, the one over men's head look like it's blue or black, and the one going out of the frame is pink. Did they do that on purpose?
I could see it. It's very possible.
Because it looks like they definitely did that on purpose. I'm excited. I am genuinely like, I'm just genuinely excited. Like, oh my God, like I'm just man, like I'm so excited. But then also too, it also talked about some other stuff. Because all this news came out during Hasbro 1027. We actually never even talked about where this even came from. So it actually came from Hasbro 1027, where some things were introduced. Obviously, many people didn't know anything about it until it was already on YouTube. But this was a thing that happened, and that was the big moment. They also talked about some toys. They talked about the Blue Centurion and a Silver Ranger that we already got. He got a brand new head sculpt though. Now the gag is they gave us a brand new head. They gave us several head sculpts of Zane, as they re-released him over and over. But they never gave us a brand new head sculpt of TJ, even though they gave us to him twice. I'm gonna leave that alone though. But yeah, so that happened. And they also gave us Blue Centurion, which is the first character from Turbo. So I'm like, ooh, look at them, giving us a little bit of Turbo action. And then also, lastly, I'm gonna leave this last because no shade to the actor at all, but definitely shade to the character. So Kai Moya talked about his brand new suit. He said to the fans, he was like, well, I apologize for not being there. For for Hasbro PostCon, but to make it up to you all, here's my suit. And he gave us a first glimpse of the blue Cosmic Fury Ranger. What do you all think? Like, do y'all like the suit? Do you like the weapon? Like, what do y'all think?
I truly like it. Like I've mentioned to you guys before. I just like everything about how simple it is, but yet it pops for me. Weapons, it's never really my thing, but I'm interested to see what it can do.
Same.
Mm-hmm. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it actually looks like on screen outside of these animated shots that they're giving us.
Same.
Which I would assume we're going to get the last three sooner rather than later.
Maybe 4.
You know what? With the way that they're giving out all the surprises, it could be.
Right, right. And it's kind of funny you say that though, but it's very interesting how we just keep getting these suits one by one. I wouldn't be surprised if we get like another like what is it called? Like a fan first or something, and we get like 3 more fan firsts. So that they can like introduce each ranger suit separately until they introduce them all. Like I kind of see them doing something like that. I don't know why. I feel it in my spirit. I feel like they would do something like that. But yeah, like so far, like I'm like you. I would like to see. I don't want to see the animated renderings. I want to see them actually, on the actors or on the stuntmen and women. You know what I'm saying? Like looking posable. You know what I'm saying? Because it's one thing for them to look the way they do drawn, because also too, they also have, you know, muscular bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like they have those, you can see the deltoids and the pecs and and the biceps and all that, protruding through the spandex. You can see all that. And you can't see that. You can't see that shit on the actors. You know what I'm saying? You can't see that shit on the stuntmen. So, and plus, some of those stuntmen be small. You know what I'm saying? Like, they look small. So, you don't see any like muscle definition. So it's a little amped. So that's why I'm just kind of like, I'd rather see it on the actual people. Even if it's just a still shot, even if it's just a still photo. I just want to see them like on the actual human beings, like on the actual people. Only because of the fact that it just right now, just the animated renderings just makes it look too. It kind of like overdoes the proportions and stuff like that. And I just rather just see it, looking like it's moving on a person. So yeah, that's just how I feel about it personally. I don't like those gold things on the cheeks. I think that just to me that throws off the whole suit. That throws off the helmet. I don't know why they decided to put those there. It just looks dumb to me. I don't like it. But other than that, like his weapon looks cool. It looks like it's a crossbow or some kind of like missile shooting thingy mixed with a shield. I'm guessing. So yeah, I'm liking it. Like it's his Tricera blaster. So, that's a thing. So yeah, his suit is giving overall. Like I'm with it. I'm with it. Anything else we want to talk about before we go ahead and, wrap this episode on up, child? Anything else y'all want to mention?
I can't think of anything. I think nothing else happened. That was like the big bulk of everything.
I mean, they basically,
No.
because I'm not talking about them toys, child. I'm not talking about them. Because
No.
I'm sorry, like that whole Zane situation really pissed me off. I'm like,
They could at least have made the Galaxy Glider like able to be the Galaxy Glider. It's just a cycle.
it's literally just a cycle. And like, I'm like, it can't, like, can it actually, like, I don't even think it can transform from the cycle to the
Right.
actual glider. It's just a cycle.
And that's wild because we had the toy 20 something years ago.
Right,
They
right,
made
right.
all 6 of them able to do that, even though that
They
was
sure did.
inaccurate. But
I mean, yes. But I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan of this at all. I'm just not a fan. I've tried to be, before preparing for this episode, I tried to be kind. I tried to be kind about it, but I'm not. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not. Like, y'all gave us Zane 3 times, and y'all gave him 3 different face sculpts. But you gave us TJ twice, and you gave us the same face sculpt every time. Every time. Like, why? That's my question. That's my thing. That's my thing. But the Blue Centurion is cool. He's cool. Out here, being the good guy that he is. He's out there. He's out here. So I'll let him have that. That's the only one that's worth something anyway. But whatever. I'm not saying that Zane isn't, but I'm just kind of bitter. That's all. But anywho, I guess the cool thing though I will say the cool thing about 1027 is that they actually had Justin Nemo actually unbox it, which I thought was pretty cool.
mm-hmm.
They did have that, so
I do have a question for you guys.
yes.
Out of everybody in the crew that we see today, so overall, okay, I was trying to figure out how to phrase this. So obviously, they were talking about like the anniversary, obviously, and wanting the original cast back. But as you can see, we're definitely not getting the OG cast, but we got the second best or first best. I don't know, because this is the cast I originally wanted back anyway, so it didn't really matter for me. However, how does that make you guys feel that it's not the OG cast minus Trini for obvious reasons?
I think it would be nice if we could get the season 1 cast back all together, but there's so many factors as to why that isn't happening. But I can remember us having this conversation a minute ago where I was thinking like, but what about, the other Mighty Morphin Rangers? They should be celebrated too. So it's nice to see like all of the replacements get their opportunity to be honored as well, because they were a part of that time period as well. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. On one hand, I would love to see the originals, but at the same time, like, this is really cool because we haven't seen some of these Rangers since literally the last time they were series regulars on the show, which is over 20 years ago. For Walter, almost 30 years ago. And then, for a very brief moment, we got to see Rocky and Catherine, but they didn't do anything. So hopefully, since this is going to be focused on the OG cast, hopefully we get more characterization and get to know what they've been up to for all these years. So you know, I'm still happy with what we're getting, but if we had the season one cast, I would have been happy with that too. But it just seems it's just not meant to be.
You know,
Ooh. Okay, Brennan, go ahead and I have another question.
I guess for me, I personally am of the mindset of yes, while I would love to see certain people back, right? How can I phrase this? How can I say this? While I would love to have certain people back because they are indeed like the OGs, the original gangsters, whatever you want to call them, the original whatever, the ORs, original Rangers. While they are it, right? Like Will said, there are so many factors that goes into it and just goes into certain reasons as to why certain people don't want to come back. Certain people are just done with the franchise altogether.
Some people can't actually legally.
Right. Some people legally can't be there. Uh, some people are just like, I've moved on to bigger and better things. So it's one of those bittersweet things where it's like, wow, on one hand, it would be so freaking cool to have. I also don't want to take away from the excitement and the shine that we finally got the Stone Canyon trio back together after almost 30 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to take away from that moment. And I also don't want to take away from the fact that we haven't seen Walter or David in years. You know what I'm saying? So there's just certain things that I'm just like, wow, I would love to see the band back together again. And we all know that there are just certain reasons why that won't be. But I'm just so excited to see these people back. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that we've been asking for years. And we finally got it. And while some people may be like, well, it's not exactly the Mighty Morphin team that I want, it's still Mighty Morphin. It's still Mighty Morphin. As a matter of fact, the comics got that. The comics got that team sans Catherine. You know what I'm saying? The comics literally is on season 2. You know what I'm saying? But with not Catherine yet. So I'm just so excited to see these people back, and I just can't wait to see what they're gonna do. That's where I am, honestly.
So recently, we saw something with Amy Jo, basically
Thank you.
doing her own surprise. How? What are your thoughts, and how do you? Okay, for me, I feel like okay. I'm like trying to find the right set of words. I obviously really adore Amy Jo. Obviously, up until recently, not so much. However, now that I'm in that in between stage where I don't know if I really like her anymore or I dislike her. So I'm looking at everything with a different eye. And obviously, once upon a time, regardless of what other people think, in my sole opinion, I really think she tried to like shed her image as Kimberly Ann Hart. Ever so hard. And she went on and did great things with her life, great films that just became iconic, like Susie Q and Flashpoint. Like, so she did iconic stuff later on.
Yeah.
And now she's circling back and is all like, me and my man are writing a comic book on Power Rangers this, Power Rangers that. We don't know why she's doing it, but I know there's always been like rumors or talks that she'd mostly come back to the fandom when she needs to sell stuff or when she needs to launch a new career, like becoming a director, or when she needs to launch her new film. She kind of comes back to the fandom to sort of look for that support, look for that undying, like, faithful, like, I don't know the word for it, but like essentially for that hardcore, I'm here for you always, like dedication. That's the word for that dedication, love, and loyalty from the fandom, which obviously we do give. Obviously, I myself very much was very giving with her. However, I don't know how I feel about the way she's been going on with this whole my having my own surprise for the 30th year anniversary. I feel I'm not saying she doesn't deserve to celebrate it. She does, just like everyone else. But at the same time, I feel like she's using this opportunity to sell something else. What are your thoughts?
Okay, I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that because I will say this. When it, with the whole Amy Jo thing, because remember we talked about, that whole her busting out all this news on a Thursday night, child. You know what I'm saying? And, and how vocal she's been and being like, oh, we need to bring the band back together. We need to do this. We need to do that. But it all sounds like, to me, it all sounds like bring them back. Bring all, like, in the words of RuPaul, bring back my girls. But bring them back under my terms. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of what it sounds like to me. Now, also, I can't speak for Amy because I'm not Amy. But also, I will say this. Optics-wise, from the outside looking in, while she did go out of her way to say, congratulations, hey, that's awesome. You did great. Oh my God, you look awesome. Yes, 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 work. While she went and commented on everybody's stuff, I still do not like the fact that she took the time to do this, because what it does is it literally takes away the shine from the 30th anniversary that is about to happen with this group. What she did was basically undercut all of that. I don't like that, personally. I find that real disrespectful, and it's kind of low-key fucked up. I'm just going to go ahead and say the thing. It's fucked up because it almost kind of feels like she's going out of her way to try to amass this this excitement. And it feels like, honestly, everybody was so excited for this. Like, I mean, literally, people were resharing, sharing, and, you saw the actors, coming out and being like, yeah, we're back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you see all this energy, and then all of a sudden, it's almost kind of like she said, let me get a piece of that. Let me make this about me for a second. That's grimy to me. And maybe that wasn't her intentions. I don't know the woman. So I can't say if it was her intentions or not. But to me, optically, it just looked like she took an opportunity that was all about this celebration of the 30th anniversary with the season 2 OG cast, season 2/season 3 OG cast, and took that shine and took what was going on and took the shine from it by trying to promote her own thing. That's messed up. That is really, really messed up. And I couldn't even get behind it. Like, I couldn't even bring myself to even attempt to even want to talk about that tweet she posted. I couldn't even bring myself to even want to talk about it because I'm like, that's dirty. Like, what?
So, I don't know if that was necessarily her her intention either. Everybody was so excited about the news. She's not going to be a part of it, but she congratulated everyone. And
Right.
I'm sure she's gotten questions and concerns from fans of why aren't you there? Oh, I wish you were there. So she said, don't worry, I have my own surprise for you. Like since you can't be there. I don't think that I don't think that any one person can really deride this whole thing. Especially when they're not saying anything negative. She hasn't said anything negative about it.
Well,
I hear that. I hear that. And I'm not trying to cut you off. But I do hear that and I understand where you're coming from. But also, like, you ain't just met this fandom yesterday.
yeah.
You ain't just met us yesterday. You know how we get.
Yeah.
And literally, if you know that they took all that stuff from one tweet, remember that Thursday night that
One
she
random
sat
Thursday
there
night.
and she went on that tirade and she said what she said.
Uh-huh.
And you saw how that shit flew like wildfire throughout this whole fandom.
Yep.
You mean to tell me she didn't think that when she made that comment with this?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said I don't know her, but optically, that looked real sus. That looks real sus because I'm just like, why would you do that? Like, you could easily just say, oh, congratulations, guys. I'm sorry. I wish I could be there. And let everybody else make their little claims or whatever have you. Let them do what they're going to do. But you're like, oh, I have my own surprise.
Exactly.
To me, that just sounds like you just.
It
I'm
sounds
sorry,
like
but that just.
Yeah, she's trying to sell something.
You're right. You're trying to pitch something to the people, whether that's whatever the comic that she's working on, or a different project, or whatever it is. To me, it just sounds like she's trying to pitch whatever that is, and it may be wonderful. It may be great. It may be exactly what the girls are asking for. But my thing is, why would you do that and like literally take away, like literally undercut what was going on with the 30th anniversary? Because she literally took all the attention from that.
Yep.
Like the girls stopped talking about the 30th anniversary and went straight to talking about what she was talking about.
Yep.
I mean, so it's just I just don't like how that was done. Like, and like I said, it probably was not that intention. It probably wasn't. It probably was not that intention. But to me, it just feels real. I don't like it.
And I'm totally with you because, like, yeah, just because she went out of her way to say congratulations to it doesn't mean she's not feeling shady. Doesn't mean she's not feeling some sort of way. Like, I'm just saying, we've all been there. We've all faked shit. So I just feel like she's hiding something. Like, I don't know what it is. We're waiting for it. Like, maybe she'll come back out and support her. Like, who knows? Whatever it is, bottom line is, I agree with Brandon. She should have just, released the surprise when she released it and not said a single thing. But now everyone's going to be like, oh my God, Amy Jo is releasing a surprise too. Now everyone's going to keep an eye on it. Because, let's be honest here, everyone prefers Kimberly over Catherine any day. Most.
Yeah.
So if she
can me like that, yeah. Thank you, Lena. Yes.
Yeah.
I never actually thought of that. Actually, that's funny. That's funny you say that. I never thought that until you said that just now. I mean, I've always thought it, but I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that in this context. But yeah, you're right. Like, when they introduced the cast of the 30th anniversary, I've seen a couple times people go, oh, Catherine. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's no shade to Catherine Sutherland. Because I think Catherine was a great Pink Ranger, honestly. But, she just needed to stand on her 2 feet and stop falling so much. But, but I thought she was a great successor. But the thing is, it's just like she would never, ever, ever replace the queen, which was Kimberly. Like she was that girl. You know what I'm saying? Like she was that girl. So it's like, and like I said, it's nothing, it's not taking away anything from her or whatever that she's doing or whatever that thing, whatever that special surprise is. It's not taking away none of that from her. My only thing is if you really, 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 really wanted to be like, yeah, I got something in store for y'all, let the 30th anniversary thing die down a little bit before you know what I'm saying? Uh um before you make a big to do like that. You know what I'm saying? Like let it let it kind of die down just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then be like, so y'all, I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? But it just was like, it was literally during the hype. It was like, boom, and I also got this. And it's like, what? Like, what?
Yep.
So I just don't like how that was done.
No.
Like, and
No.
like I said, maybe she didn't have she didn't have ill intention. But to me, it was the wrong time.
But
It was
you
the
know
wrong
what
time.
though? Whether she had ill intention, she is a grown woman. She does run her own business. She knows her proper etiquette. Like, I'm just saying, she knows. She knows. She knows what she's doing.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like she definitely knows what she's doing. And
Oh.
and that's why I can't really get so much behind, the she didn't know thing or
Yeah.
whatever, because
No, I'm
you
sorry.
know
That's
this fandom.
BS. That is BS. Not only do you know this fandom, but you also
You know
know.
us.
Well, like aside from that, but you also know when to be happy, genuinely happy for somebody, and when not to, like, and when to be able to bring up your own like surprise, whatever that might be. Like if let's say you came to me, you told me the grandest news ever. You finally got a part on the Power Rangers, and then but I also got some brand news. I'm not gonna be like, but no, my grand news is greater than yours. Like, no, congratulations, and let's celebrate that. Like it's
Right.
just it's almost selfish that she's doing it because it's like, oh yeah, don't forget the attention should be on me too. Because don't forget me, I'm Kimberly, y'all. Like I'm here.
Yeah.
Like it's very much that. It's very much basically her all over again in Mighty Morphin season 1, and we already know that was basically her.
Child. All I got to say is I'm sorry, Will. I'm pretty sure you had a whole thought, and and I just completely just like bulldozed you. I'm so sorry. Did you want to go ahead and finish your thought, or you were done?
I think I was done.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but I just because Kanye. I had to Kanye you the way he did poor Taylor Swift. I had to, child. But because I'm just like, girl, you may not be around us all the time, but you know us a little bit, girl. You know us, child. We talk. We talk, girl. So but yeah, that's just yeah. I I just wish that honestly she just would have left that whole thing alone a little bit. Like she would have gave it just a little bit of just a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time. Just give it a little bit of room to breathe before, being like, hey y'all, I got a thing. Y'all want to hear it? Here it go. You know what I'm saying? Like
Brandon, it
that's
wasn't even like, hey y'all. It was like, so enough about them. A little bit more about me. I gotta say.
Somebody literally asked her a question when she was on a panel, and she answered it.
Exactly. Like really quickly. Like she knew. She was waiting for the answer. She was waiting for that question. She did not hesitate, okay? She was like, what was the question anyways?
They were asking about I think her thoughts on the 30th anniversary since she's not gonna be a part of it. Something like that.
Okay. All she had to say was like, exactly what Brennan said. I'm sorry I won't be there, but I'm sure I'll be everything that you guys hope for. That would have been just fine too. She could have left it at that.
Yeah, yeah, easily.
But if she's already working on something, wouldn't she tell people?
Well, she's always working on something.
Good point. You got a point there.
I'm just saying, like, she's smart. I'm not saying she's not. She's a businesswoman. She's smart. She's always working on something, whether it be directing, was it Superman, like, or, like she's got things going on. And kudos for her. Like I said, she made a whole career for herself. She switched from acting to directing. She's done really well. And I'm not taking away from her accomplishment. I'm not taking away from her achievements. But however, that question could have been left at, I hope they have fun in New Zealand. I hope the season is everything you guys hope for. And it's unfortunate I won't be there this time. But but I'm excited to see what this episode will bring out or whatever, Simple as that. She doesn't have to.
And also too, and two, I would also want to say too, she didn't have to actually she could have easily, the same way she made that tweet on that Thursday night. I'm not gonna stop bringing that up. Same way she
could have done
made
it
that
on a
tweet.
random.
She could have done it again. Exactly.
She could have done it on a random.
She could have done
night
it again
in the middle of the month when it's not even a holiday.
Okay, on a random day at 8 p.m. while she's sitting at her dinner table, chilling with her glass of wine. She could have easily picked up her phone and said, "Let me go ahead and tweet this." You know what I'm saying? But
so
she
true.
didn't.
She didn't.
But
it's
she
so true.
didn't.
It's so absolutely true. So I'm with Brendan here, 100%. Like, whatever she was doing did not need to be said the day she said it, at the moment she said it, during that question. Like I said, she was ready for it. She was ready. She didn't even skip a beat when she answered that.
No, she really didn't, actually. Like, it did kind of feel like she was waiting for it, though. It was like, yeah, somebody gonna ask me. Somebody gonna ask me.
Oh, of course. She knows someone's gonna ask. Hey. Like, hello, Kimberly. Like, who does not want the original Kimberly back? I know where she is. Her and Tommy accidentally got slapped to space in the 2017 movie along with Rita Repulsa. That's why they can't make a comeback. Anyway, I'm cutting myself off here. Like, I'm just being delusional. I'm saying stupid shit now. I'm done, you guys. I'm like, peace.
I cannot. Yo, anywho, anybody got anything else they want to say before we done, child?
Nah.
Okay.
I've said enough.
You said enough, Lena.
Okay, I think you got a glass of wine over there.
Okay.
Girl.
Oh my God.
But we gonna go ahead and let y'all go. If y'all enjoyed the show, let us know. Give us a little thumbs up. Give us some likes. Give us some hearts. Also, follow us on social media. Our linktr.ee/Traveling the Grid. It has all of our links there. Our SoundCloud, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, anywhere where you listen to podcasts, we are there. And once again, my name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
Yeah, my name is Will.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.